we asked some of our parish's Confirmandi and their sponsors about their relationship and how they plan to live out their faith.
This is my Auntie Carol, and I picked her to be my sponsor because I thought she was the perfect example of how to live a faithful life.
It was such a wonderful experience. I feel very honored to know that she would look up to me in that respect, because I do try my best to live a faithful life. So I'm very grateful for that. I could invite her to weekly Mass when I go on Sundays. I could also tell her how I have a conscious contact with God on a daily basis, praying and also relying on Him for help when I need it. And just the little activities I do on a more daily basis where I keep my contact with God, and showing that anything I read, or I often get daily prayers in my email, I can share those with Sophia as well.
You can attend Mass, you can go to confession, you can just do simple acts of kindness for each other, and it really doesn't have to be anything big, just things like that.
My grandma is a very holy woman. That's why I chose her to be my sponsor. She goes to church every Sunday, and she's just a very, very kind person. Volunteers a lot of her time to help her friends, and loves to cook and cooks for her friends a lot.
He's very special. He's also reverend. He's a wonderful, caring grandson who writes me the most beautiful poetry. And God be with him. Just so special.
And Grandma, how can you help him in his faith journey going forward after tonight?
By example. That's the best way for anyone to help children, is by example. I taught CCD. I had a Mass in my house for the students. I took them, the priest was very nice on the CCD day during Lent. We went to the Stations of the Cross, and you lead by example. I see those young people today, they're in their 20s, and they just remember that day at my house.
I chose Sean, my uncle, because he is always a very faith-filled man, and he's always one where in good times and in bad, I can come to him to get advice and keep life moving smoothly.
So one of my favorite lines in all the Gospels, they always talk about Jesus was one who spoke with authority, because whatever he said, he's what he did. And that's what Will is. Like, he's just a person of authenticity. He talks about his faith and he lives it. He's a leader, he's a servant, he's a chef. He's just kind of a humble servant, and he can maybe tell you about that and his why he chose his confirmation name, but it was a real honor for me.
I chose Joseph because my late Uncle Joe, was also always a very faith-filled man, and I always looked up to him and his faith life. And St. Joseph the Wiku, I always looked up to him, I pray to him, and he also leads me through the path of life.
But I think the most important thing is just to share the questions, share the uncertainties and the joys and the sorrows, and live the sacraments, and continue just to always integrate prayer and life and faith into everything. And he does that already, and he's been inviting me into that, and hopefully I'll do the same for him.
I chose Veronica Tryon. She's my godmother, and I chose her just because she comes to Mass weekly. She's always supported me throughout my entire life, and she's just always been here for me.
It was an honor. It was really nice because you sort of expect it, but you don't. And when it was done, because I don't know, I guess it's different between an aunt and a nephew, but we still have the bond. So it was great.
I'm just going to continue to come to Mass weekly, do the music, just continue to pray. I go to Catholic school too, and we pray every day, so I'm definitely going to continue doing that.
Just continue with his sacraments. I'm here at church. We are together every holiday, where any family event, it's always the family and hanging out and making memories.